History and philosophy is your best weapons. This is what the priest said in the film to Edmund Dantes in The Count of Monte Cristo down in Yale. That he had to learn history and philosophy in order to be powerful and defeat his enemies after he escaped jail in the movie of Count of Monte Cristo. And what does he mean by this, and how can you apply it to your own life? Well, if you read history and philosophy, you will understand human nature as well as patterns which will happen again, because history always repeats itself. And especially if you haven't studied history and the people around you have not studied history, they will not understand the patterns, and it will happen. Whether you like it or not, these patterns will repeat itself over and over again, because that's the human nature. And by studying philosophy, you will be able to think clearly, because it's the study of thought. So by reading philosophy, you will be able to better comprehend and understand the world and why things are as they are, to find truth. And we understand this. You never fully understand philosophy. That's the thing about philosophy. But you're able to think clearly and recognize, as well as from reading history, patterns of how human beings act. But doing this is the best weapons you have, because you can I say, manipulate how people think from then history and from human nature, the way they should behave towards you and in your life. So, some great books you can read about history and philosophy is I personally read Will Durant. He's a great author, and it's very enjoyable to read. It's very easy to read it and follow through, because he's a great author. So you can start with the Greek philosophers. That's that's the ones you start with, the start of civilization, and from there you will move to the Renaissance, and then German idealism. Currently, I'm at Immanuel Kant, so I read some 400 pages, and it's just so thought provoking reading philosophy that it's almost dangerous to read philosophy too early, because you think almost too much, and you will never be able to relate to a person that has not studied philosophy or is of a thinking mind, which is also dangerous if you want to be happy. Philosophers are usually not happy because you know too much and you think too deeply, which will make it difficult to be happy by living a normal life because you know too much. But then also, you will have an extraordinary life. And who doesn't want to have that? So, read history, read philosophy if you want to know the secrets of the universe and understand how human beings and the world works and why it works as as it does. So read it now. Let me know what's your favorite history books and what's your favorite era of history. Personally, for me, I'm reading a lot currently, so I always had a passion for history. But I would say I really like the Roman Empire. Recently read about Rome as well, and Julius Caesar. Then we also have Marcus Aurelius. Of course, you gotta read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's a famous, well-known book. But also Caesar, to understand the difference between um, the politicians, the warriors, and the people. So there's different hierarchies in the system and how they correlate. It's quite interesting. So, yeah, let me know your favorite era and have a great day. Read history, read philosophy, because this will be your strongest weapons.